Good morning, my name's Fran and I'm from Yoga Dharma. Welcome to Yoga Dharma TV. This morning we're going to be looking at a variation of downward dog that's available for all of you that find it very difficult to work with your wrists. Now many people think you cannot do downward dog or you can't do yoga if you can't work with your wrists. You can do yoga with any problem at all, but today we specifically just look at the wrists. Okay, so I'm going to call my client over, Nicolette, who's been suffering for many years with pain in her wrists, and she also cannot lie on her back. So this way you can work with downward dog upright. Okay, I'll show you another way lying on your back in a moment or two. Okay, good morning Nicolette, thank you for joining us. So Nicolette's starting today in swan position. She's already warmed up. So I'm just going to ask Nicolette now if she could spread her fingers even wider and just lift your wrists and your elbows away from the floor. So she's just working into the roots of her fingers. Okay, so you can see that her wrists are off the floor. Okay, she's now going to slide her hands back about 1 foot in front of her knees. Okay, and her wrists are well away from the floor. If she needs to slide them closer to her, she will. She's going to turn her toes under as much as she can, although that's difficult for Nicolette, and she's going to breathe in and lift her knees into her tummy muscles, tightening her tummy muscles, activating the pelvic floor. So like she's diving now, keeping her neck relaxed, she's going to slide her fingers maybe a little bit closer in towards her knees and breathe in, start to lift her bottom towards the ceiling. So there's absolutely no weight on her hands at all. She can lift her hands away from the floor, okay? Now, if that's easy for her, and it may be easy for her, she may be able to walk her fingers forward a little further, okay? But without any pain whatsoever in her wrists. Her elbows are bent, the backs of her shoulders are open, and she can lift her heels away from the floor if she wishes, or she can push her heels well back if she wishes. To come out of this, she's going to take an in-breath, activate the pelvic floor, and as she exhales, she's going to lower her knees down towards the floor, release her toes, and then she's going to slide her hands back alongside the body into pose of a child. Thank you very much, Nicolette. That was a beautiful posture. So I'm now going to demonstrate this posture of downward dog, but this time lying on the back. So we're starting in a semi-supine position with our feet hip distance apart and our fingertips working towards our heels. The chin's tucked in and the gaze is towards the tip of the nose. I'm going to start by breathing in and bringing my right knee into my chest and seeing how my back's feeling today. Exhale, tightening the tummy muscles, releasing that leg down. And then breathing in and bringing my left knee into my chest, seeing how that's feeling on my back, and exhale, lowering that leg down. Inhaling now and drawing both knees into my chest. So my back feels nice and secure, I feel nice and comfortable. From here, I'm going to exhale, release the hands back down by my sides and roll my shoulders away. And then breathe in, draw my hands up overhead. Now, so I'm drawing my hands up overhead, my elbows are very slightly bent, and I'm drawing the hands back to the floor behind me, okay? So I'm lengthening my hands as much as possible, and then I'm going to make sure my feet are hip distance apart, so you can place a block between your knees if that's easier to keep the distance correct. And then breathe in, start to lift the legs towards the ceiling. If at any time I feel any discomfort in my back, I'm stopping. Okay, so slowly lifting up, keeping the knees tight towards the chest. Turning your toes under. The gaze is between the toes towards the navel. So I'm looking along my chest. Nice deep ujjayi breathing. And then exhale, slowly lowering down. dragging your knees into your chest. Maybe cross your ankles one way and the other. And then you can roll out to one side. Press the hand into the floor and gently pick yourself back up. Thank you so much for joining us today on Dharma TV, and thank you to my client Nicolette also, and don't forget to subscribe.